Well, good morning. Uh, Thank you, Jesus, for another day. Wow. I am in I just came out of Walmart and I got this little gizmo here for a very easy price. So you can look straight at my aging, handsome face. Though what I can do with this is I can just turn it, or I don't turn it, I just press the button and you can see what's going on out there, which was really that's the whole beauty of these vein videos. Anyway, I went in, I had to do it. It's a brisk 50s, 55, 56. It's cool. It's a yeah. I could have probably worn my other coat actually, but I didn't because I'm mostly in the car and anyway. Hope all is well. I'm heading back to my place, and they're actually doing work on the pavements. Yeah, and I can't park in my driveway right now, the driveway I use. So I parked down the street a little bit, but I'm about 15 minutes away from home right now. So hope all is well. I'm going to turn you around and go for a little righty. I don't know, is this legal? Can you do this? I don't even know. You know what? You gotta get some sort of permission slip to like video what you're doing and stuff. I don't know. Or where you're going. I don't know. Doesn't matter. But what's this parking lot? Think about Walmart. They're very easy on allowing trucks like overnight to stay, and I've even seen, maybe not long term, but even people kind of in their cars just snoozing, or I don't know. That's what I've observed, but who knows what the real law is, you know. But I was on video yesterday for like 26 minutes. Like, holy cow. That's way more than I want to be. But, and the funny thing is I watch these videos, or the ones that I was showing from below, I watch those things. And this is just the nature of how my brain functions. I'm sort of I analyze myself. And I've posted everything that I've videoed. I just what a crazy individual I am. I tell you, just and I say that with tongue in cheek, but this is sort of like, I think it's as much help me self-analyze myself. Not to the point of like losing my mind, but maybe regaining a little bit of it, you know? Like Lost Land, the fall of Adam. And we're just going to turn around up here. We're kind of going the wrong way, but it's a pretty busy little road here. This is Route 19. And there is Calvary Chapel. Fine church that I was a part of, and for reasons that begin and end with me, I don't go there anymore. But it's a good church. It's a solid church. It really is. It's on my left, on the left of your screen. Right now I'm at an red arrow. I want to go when it's a green arrow. But yeah, so I've been watching myself, which is I listen. If you can't laugh at yourself, if you can't, find yourself, we are the greatest example of what's wrong with the world. The imperfections, and it's good to laugh at yourself. And I watch myself, and I'm like, wow. But I'm just kind of at this stage where I've been author. I have videos online, all Christian videos, a little teaching, and I've lately on primarily on TikTok, I have just these little quips, little political statements, little Christian statements, real straight up stuff. I mean, I don't, nobody's, this is, it's about Christ. And there may be a lot of things going on in this world, but ultimately he's what it's about in this, especially from, the invisible side of things, which we are very much subject to, which is why Christ redeeming us through his giving of his life is pretty, not only is that impressive, and impressive is not a good word, but it is essential. The damage that was done by the fall, God had to have a plan B, and he did. Of course he did. He foreknew what was going to happen. And at the center of all this is amazingly free will, which is just God may know how it all comes out. He may know how our hearts ultimately decide. But can we be so sure as to, like, I know what I'm going to be tomorrow, everything, I'll be straight on the path, or whatever, or keep on the straight on. You just don't know. I mean, I had about a year and a half ago, I get hit with medical issues like within 3 or 4 months of each other. Yeah, 2 separate things. And one of those things I paid out of, I didn't have insurance until I got on Medicare, but that was like about a year before, and I had retired, and I thought, well, I'll just kind of skate till well, it didn't work out that way. But fortunately, one procedure I paid out of pocket, and it's been fine. It's been great, actually. I mean, all things considered. And the other one is that one was a IO, type of but it's so funny because I had been maybe retired a year, and then these things happened within, like, at 2 different times, but they happened, and it was a stunning turn of events for me. On one hand, it was this physical thing that I was subject to, that I was a prisoner to, a couple of, that really caused me discomfort, a lot. And this is not something I'm really accustomed to. Go ahead, dear. And so God got my attention, and your heart gets touched by this stuff. You can't really, you got to trust him. He's the one, leading the journey, the Lord Jesus Christ. And a beautiful, precious Christian nurse. I tell you, nurses are amazing. Wow, they are, like, amazing. The heart, the efforts they put out there, the stress levels that they must face. Wow, I can't even. I mean, I had I had a newly discovered respect for the medical community, and yet, I'm not a pharmaceutical guy in any way, shape, or form, but I mean, I did and took whatever they wanted me to take when I was in the hospital. I gave, that was God's provision. And I came out of it in both cases good, very good. And now I take a lot of natural stuff, specifically for these issues that I've had. And one precious, I think she was a Hispanic gal, a nurse, toward my last couple of days in the hospital, because I was in the hospital for some time, for a little bit, like several days, till they got it right. And she just reminded me, in the most loving, because I knew she was a Christian, because we were amening, and I was like, yeah, and I think I mentioned the Lord, and she was all over that. But she told me, she said, you gotta drink more water. And she nailed it, because I'm very active, but I definitely do not. In the past, I've not hydrated as good as I could, which is, I think, a big reason I had the problems I had. Now I drink like, I think you're supposed to drink 8 ounce glasses, 64 ounces. I drink that every day, give or take, but I do. I mean, it is, and the first thing you get up in the morning, drink water. Let it go through your system. Your system has been, kind of dormant for like several hours at least, and you owe it to yourself, to your organs, to every morning. It's first thing before the coffee, just down some water. I don't mean like a gallon of water. I mean, I just take a couple of good drinks, and that is a good start. And that was about a year and a half ago that I had these two separate medical issues. So God was, I don't know. Sometimes, I mean, I really thought, the first thing you think is, I'm going, oh, okay, I'm going to die. Okay, well, amen, Lord. And at one point with the second issue, I felt pretty bad. I was in the hospital and I didn't feel good. It was like, what in the world? But they had to wait for my blood count or whatever to get up a certain level before they did anything. And anyway, I mean, I feel fine now other than just the age thing, but, what a journey, God, and again, I've said this, I think, before this, my life has been a charm compared to what some people have gone through, but the Lord, He upholds us, and that's so, and when it's good, we're in that helpless state, we're in that helpless state. It's almost like, it almost feels good. It's like, if that's possible in some circumstances, but it's like I have the only landing I'm going to have is a soft landing on God in Christ. That's how it's going to work. That's the only way, and it's and again, I've been very fortunate in even up to that point, my health has been. But I really wasn't taking care of myself to the degree that I could. I was active, but again, water. Just send it through your system all the time. Cleanse it, filter your system. And that's the one thing I do, big time today. Anyway, there I go off on my tangent of nonsense. Let's see how long it takes me to get home. On the left here is, if you can see it, is the library. It's a very fine library. That's some weird metal art. What is it with these libraries? It's some weird rusty metal art. Those aren't too rusty, but it is happening. So I'm kind of going. My driver's door window it's automatic, it's electric, and it's giving me a problem. So I've got it up best I can. I'm waiting for a price from a guy just to put the regulator in there to make the automatic window work again. And I'm sort of waiting on my main mechanic to kind of give me a price. And so you can hear whistling. Maybe you can, maybe you can't, because I'm afraid to touch the darn thing. It's going to go slamming down, and I'm going to be like, "Hoop!" But hopefully at least by next week, I could have something scheduled, because I emailed them, but I think I got to call them. Anyway, this is, I'm heading towards my neck of the woods. And like I just want it to be known, I hope all is well, that even your health or your faith, your courage, your peace with God, we are broken. Our bodies, in our soul, apart from Christ, and our bodies have an expiration date. But keep in mind that date is God's choice. That's His choice as to when He takes us home. And again, the age factor, it's like I think your best bet is, as best you can, just stay active. Keep moving. That's all I do. Where I walk, there are people older than I am, way older than I am, and they're like thinner than I am, and they move faster than I am, than I do. It's like, I gotta tackle that guy, slow him down, you know? No, but it just goes to show you what is possible as we get older. And in the center of it all is God, who created us and is the one that puts us where he wants us when he wants us there, you know. And that's we gotta believe that. We gotta believe that this world is not some, you know, some accident, but there's a rhyme and a reason that God puts it all together. And at the heart of it seems to be just a lot of free will. Even his angels had free will, that a fair number of them just rebelled. And one of the things, my understanding is that Satan, Lucifer, did not want to serve man. He didn't want to be under man. That's something in a lot of his, you know, followers. Other angels believe that too, and the chaos they have created. But God, in his calmness and in his ultimate purpose, you know, knowing what to do and when to do it, he's not worried. And I covet that. I covet that worryless soul, you know, a soul that doesn't gravitate towards see something that could go wrong. But even God's convincing me a little bit more every time. My health was an issue. It was good proof. Is that just because you go through something doesn't mean it's the end. You know, there's just a new adventure or whatever that God has planned. So it took me 26 minutes to get downtown. I don't know how long it's going to take me to get to the park. Wow. And the imaginary boring meter in my head is just like flashing a red light, like so. But it's all good. You can see this is a. What did I want to get over the other one? Nothing. I think I'm good. This is this is 11:26. It's Thursday, still morning, late morning. And this is the traffic. And this is the unenviable portion of Florida. In these bigger cities like St. Pete. A lot of traffic. And I'm an early bird, so I get up and I go. I try to get everything done early, but today was just, again, I wanted to purchase this thing that I can use to film to the degree that I want to the extent that I keep doing it. But it's all just a taste of Florida. And I'm, you know, I'm not a, you know, I'd like to go to West Virginia or something and be see mountains, but yeah, we shall see how that works. But then there's the issue of, you know, what to do when you're there. You know? It's a little more to that question or thought than what's going on. So I'm actually heading home, and I'm going to park where I've been recently parking, and it's actually they're doing these sidewalks. They're beautiful, man. There were no sidewalks on one side of this road. A lot of traffic came through, but there just was no sidewalks. So the city of St. Pete built these wide. You know what's another thing that's popular in, I think, these areas of Florida is it's what they call golf cart friendly. Now again, I haven't, you know, I can't see golf carts running through, you know, Worcester or Baltimore, you know. But down here, they allow some travel in some areas with golf carts, which is pretty wild. You're not going to see too many out today, maybe because it's kind of cool, it's cloudy, but it's it's a big thing. I mean, if you haven't driven a golf cart, which is basically the easiest thing in the world, but yeah, some people it's like almost like a neighborhood thing, but you can travel out when it's allowed, where it's allowed. You can travel outside your neighborhood and on your golf cart. And a lot of these electric bikes, which I'm sure are now everywhere. My understanding is they might have to get licensed down here or insured or something. I could be wrong about that. You read stuff on the internet, you don't know if it's true or not. But there's a lot of them around. And I guess at this point, you don't have to be insured or anything. You just kind of, I don't know, your name must go somewhere, but I don't know. So it's definitely a Florida thing. They say a golf cart friendly neighborhood, a golf cart friendly area. And even in the park that I go to, there's a lot of golf carts come around. It's a nice area. The homes surrounding the park are really nice, and there's businesses too, not too many, but I think there's like a group home and a kind of a day program kind of a thing related to the disabled and what have you. That's there too. But the perimeter is 2 miles. That's what I walk every day, just about. Not every day, just about though. And I also sit here too in the morning primarily, but I kind of cut that out for the cool weather, which I regret. And I that's another funny thing, because I don't know if I kind of get caught up in things, and then I don't really, is this really helping me? Is this doing anything for me? And the only inconclusive evidence I have about that is that when we had this first cold snap like a few weeks ago, I stopped doing it for about a week. And I thought that I felt a little more aches and pains. And that is what I've read too, is that people say if you consistent, and I have to do it like a half hour a day, that's all. I mean, and they say if that's what I've heard people comment, is that it kind of takes away some aches and pains. And that may be, again, that just may be a suggested thought, I just, oh yeah, me too, I don't know. But I thought during that 7-day period, I thought I was like a little achy. Because again, I'm very active, so I can feel aches and pains, just little things, to just and then having walked or whatever, and so that's another thing. It's like, but I have a feeling, there's so much about our world, our Earth, including the archaeological findings that they always find, the things that they, archaeological information that they just dismiss as maybe mythical, whatever. But things have been going on this earth for a long time, and mankind has defined that to be, in their way, accurate or inaccurate. The age of the earth, the whole thing. You know what? I don't know. I've heard things, but there's just a lot, and it's overwhelming. And I don't say that stuff to make anybody feel bad or make anybody feel. I went by my street. Oh my God! I can't believe I did that. I did. So, see that? Keep on gabbing. You lose your way. No, so actually this is the way I do it anyway. I kind of come the back way because I can't park in the driveway right now. But there is a street, 33rd Street, that I can kind of squeeze in. Me and a couple others are just waiting for it all to be finished. And then resuming the parking, the normal parking. So I'm going to go, this is 34th. I'm looking for 33rd. We just got off that main road, that was 38th. So this is an example of how they do things. All these streets are numbered, and they go very wide across much of St. Pete, a lot of St. Pete. The hub of St. Pete is these numbers that are in numerical order. Like this is 34th Ave. I'm going to 33rd to park, which is the next road, because it's 38th, 37th, 36th, 35th, 34th, 33rd. And again, my understanding is that was done by the military. The military kind of designed St. Pete, kind of a thing. And we got it coming up here. What's going on here? Oh, this guy's parking his truck. Yeah, that might be. All right, gonna get some traffic here, so I'm gonna sign off, and we'll look at this and see what's going on with this stuff is even worth doing. Okay, God bless.